good? Is it fine?
Yeah.
Mr. Bray, this is for you, buddy.
Yeah.
You have said that you'd be the greatest jobs president God ever created. Tell Americans watching tonight how many jobs you would create in the first term and how.
Well, before I go there, I will tell you, I will bring jobs back from China. I will bring jobs back from Japan. I will bring jobs back from Mexico, where New Hampshire, by the way, has been virtually wiped out. They've lost so many businesses going to Mexico because of horrible trade deals. And now we're about to sign another trade deal, TPP, which is going to be a disaster for this country because they don't talk about monetary manipulation. It is going to be a disaster. I'm going to bring jobs back, and I'll start bringing them back very fast.
Even though the official unemployment rate has fallen below 5%, that number doesn't tell the whole story. Many Americans are still struggling to find good-paying jobs to support their families. Another measure of unemployment, which takes into account part-time workers who want to work full-time but aren't, stands at 10%. The labor force participation rate, which measures the size of the workforce, is only 63%. That's the lowest number since the 1970s. Youth unemployment is more than triple the rate of the national average, and still has not recovered completely from the recession.
If I had the power to do that, I would, first of all, it'd be education, training. Can I look at you guys too? Or okay, so the first thing I would do would be training. I don't think a lot of people have the correct skill sets, meaning this. Yes, they have a four-year degree, but not all jobs require a four-year degree. But they've been told that that's where they've had to go. There are part of your senior class that really literally needs to go out and get a two-year degree or certification and can go out and do many of the jobs that right now are not being done, or there's a shortage, and would be making a good buck, so to speak, to do that. So I think training for people that need that kind of stuff, I think more of guys, and there are girls now too that have more hands-on skills than they do the book smart, that kind of thing skill. Having said that, the other part of, what else was the question about?
How to create and stabilize
the other one, I think the stabilization part more comes from creating more jobs in inner cities that would help young folks have something to do, okay? And right now, I don't think that's being done. And I think that's part of something that we need to take a good look at. What those jobs are, that's where we need to do a better job training the kids in the schools, at high school, in order to have something to sell to somebody to get that job. That needs to be done, and I don't think we do enough of that. One of his big blocks that he is looking at is the infrastructure in this country, and having traveled all over this country, and I do mean all over. You drive through Chicago, you're lucky the bridge doesn't fall on you. We already saw what happened 35W a few years back. But I think that piece is crucial. The other part of that needs to happen when they put it together is to make sure that they're using the steel from this country without being gouged, put all those things into place. But when they go and put this stuff together, you need to take a look at a wide spectrum of people to do those jobs. And I don't mean just all males. I mean males and females at all level of those jobs. Those are requirements you got to have as far as doing it, or as far as getting those jobs going. But I think the infrastructure part is a key to the whole deal, and I think that's going to be helpful as you move forward. I think it has a major effect. And when we talk about technology, with the millennials, you take a look at Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, okay? You're talking about, I went to a McDonald's the other day in Savage, and the kitchen area is half the size it used to be. Everything's automated, and I was talking to managers, I only have 4 or 5 people on a shift anymore now. We used to have 8 to 10. So just McDonald's alone is automated. That's not just McDonald's fast food, but you take a look at all the industries. It used to be 100 people to produce a certain part of a car. Today is 2. So you have that kind of, and the number may not be exactly correct, but when you take a look at it, automation is there. So you have to have the skill sets, not just nearly the academic part, but also the skills to adapt to what's going on. And so technology is going to play a big part in our future. Automation's there. It's not going to go away. And they're going to do that because it saves money. And so you can't, our technology in this country is good, but I have a feeling we're just going to explode with this kind of stuff as we move along.
The true job creators are middle-class consumers. And taxing the rich to make investments that make the middle class grow and thrive is the single shrewdest thing we can do for the middle class, for the poor, and for the rich. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Bray. So, my opinion on this topic, on how to create jobs. I agree with Mr. Griffin. How for like the inner cities where there's like the heavy the denser populations, I believe like investing in the nation by infrastructure, like getting jobs with infrastructure in it. I believe that those jobs will, they'll help the economy by producing those jobs, and it's investing in the nation itself. It's pretty much bettering the nation, and like you're creating jobs by doing so. So that's my opinion on that. Sully, what do you think?
You know, we also agree with Mr. Griffin from the standpoint of high school should be more focused on a career path and more looking into jobs for the future compared to just getting that degree and just figuring out how to pass high school. I think we should focus more on how to find what we want to do in life and how to work to get to that goal.
Yep. All right, guys.
How about that, Bray?